Hello everyone, my name is Milica and welcome to my first YouTube video. So I would like to mention first, as you can probably tell already, I do have an accent. I'm not a native English speaker. So that being said, I will probably make a few mistakes while speaking during this video. So just feel free to correct me. So a lot of the compliments that I receive in my life, whether it's from my coworkers, from my friends, from my family, from random people on the street, are about my hair. And they're gonna be like, what are you using? Like, how are you dyeing your hair? Which color do you use? Which salon do you go to? How do you style your hair? But majority of them is, how is your hair so long? And the fact that I still use a lot of heat on my hair and I still dye my hair, I do need to follow a certain routine in order to have my hair this long. So this is what I would like to share with you. It's few tips and tricks that helped me along the way on my hair journey. So this is not gonna be a video about some magic trick like, oh, this is the oil that you need to use, just rub it in your hair and it's gonna grow like super long in a month, or grab aloe vera gel, or I don't know, coconut oil. This brings me to my rule number one. It's patience. Your hair growth, like the main thing is patience. You're gonna see a difference after like 6 months or maybe after a year, but it takes a long time for you to see a proper difference in your hair growth. But trust me, all you need is patience. If you're patiently waiting for it, you will have that moment where you're gonna be happy with your hair. Rule number two, it's also a very obvious one, but still people don't practice it as much, is your health. Guys, everything in your body is connected. When you love your body will love you back. In order for your body to grow the hair at all and for you to have everything right, like skin, nails, you need to have a good health routine, let's say. Like, you need to have a proper sleep. You need to eat well. You cannot stress. You cannot stress about stupid things that are not worth stressing for, because all of these things are gonna affect the way, your appearance as well. Rule number three is hair washing. Oh my god. Guys, if you're one of those people that wash their hair every day or every other day or very often, just stop doing that. It's such a bad habit that you don't need. It's wasting your time. You're using more products, so it's wasting your money as well. And it's so unnecessary. Now, if you're one of those people thinking, oh, but my hair gets so dirty on the next day, maybe the reason is that you're washing it every day, that your hair is getting so dirty because you're stripping all of the oils from your scalp all the time, and your scalp is kind of getting used to the fact that you're washing it every day. So this is why it's producing more oil. Just stop, try. It's gonna be maybe a longer process, but you will get to that point where you're not gonna need to wash your hair every day. And it's 2020 though, so there are so many good things that you can do to prolong the time without washing your hair, like dry shampoo. Oh my god, the dry shampoo is like my best friend. I use it all the time. And I'm gonna give you a tip with a dry shampoo. What I do, if I know I'm gonna need it on the day free, let's say I don't need dry shampoo on the first 2 days, but I'm gonna need it on the day free, I would use it before I go to sleep on my second day. So that means I'm gonna be waking up with a little bit of fresher hair than I would normally do, and then I would add additional bit of dry shampoo. I'm good to go. It's gonna look like it's fresh and it's just freshly washed. Or you can also use some fashion tricks. There are so many trendy hats at the moment, so you can just if you feel like your hair is a bit greasy, you can just wear a hat that day when you go out and it's gonna be just fine. So rule number four is gentle shampoo. This is so important. I see so many shampoos on the market, and some of them are gonna be advertising oh, this is so good for the volume. This one is so good for hair repair. This for conditioning, this and this. But guys, shampoo stage is when you wash your hair. You just need to make your scalp and your hair clean. It's not about repairing your hair. That's not the stage to condition your hair. So you just want to get the job done. You want to get your hair washed, as gentle as possible. So that means you need to look for the shampoos without sulfates and all of the harsh ingredients that are going to be stripping to your hair too much. There's so many expensive brands that sell good shampoos, but it doesn't have to be expensive, like what I use and what I recommend. And this is going to be the only product which I'm going to mention, because this video is not going to be about the product. But oh my god, I have to say this one. So it's Johnson's & Johnson's baby shampoo, which probably to most of you will be familiar. You probably use it while you were a child. This shampoo does everything that you need from shampoo. Cleans your hair without stripping it, and your hair is gonna be so soft and gentle. The best part, you can find it anywhere in the world, in any store. Like here, I buy it in a drugstore, I buy it in the pharmacy, I buy it in the supermarket, so you can find it anywhere. And it's very, very cheap. It's one of the cheapest shampoo that you can find on the market, actually. Now, the thing about this shampoo, if you're from Germany and Austria and you haven't seen this bottle around, that's because Johnson's & Johnson's have another brand in Germany called Penaten. And they also have a regular baby shampoo which has the same ingredients, because it's the same owner and it's basically the same thing. So just go ahead and buy that one, it's gonna be the same. Rule number 5, hair mask. I'm not a hair conditioner type of girl, I'm a hair mask type of girl. And trust me, if you want to grow a long healthy hair, this is kind of gonna be a requirement, because hair conditioner, it's just not gonna do enough for your hair. It's not gonna be that beneficial. Hair mask does a much better job. Yeah, it's annoying because with the hair mask, you're gonna keep it for longer. I keep my hair mask usually about like 30-40 minutes, which doesn't mean you need to sit in the shower for 30 or 40 minutes. Like most of the people don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. But what I would do, I would leave the shower with my hair mask on. I would do all of the things around the house that needs to be done, like whether it's cooking, answering my emails, whatever. And then afterwards, I would just rinse out my hair. Again, doesn't mean you need to go back in the shower and take another shower. You can just pull your hair to the front and rinse it out with the shower head, which works just fine. Rule number 6 is towel dry your hair. So what I would do when I rinse out my hair mask, I would just leave my hair in a towel for like a good 30 minutes up to 1 hour, depending how much time I have. And again, during this time, I'm gonna do a lot of different things around the house. I'm not gonna be sitting in my bathroom just with my hair in a towel, which wouldn't make sense in the first place. So how this is gonna help you is that you're not gonna be styling your completely wet hair. Because if you start brushing your completely wet hair, you're gonna have all of this unnecessary hair breakage. How is this gonna help? Is that your hair is already gonna be like semi-dry, and then it's good to go. You can style it, you can just brush it and let it like air dry or whatever you need to do. It's gonna be a much gentler process for you to brush your hair. Which brings me to rule number 7, is hair brushing. Guys, please be gentle when you're brushing your hair. I know so many people are like pulling their hair. That's not, and then like one of my friends, I was at her place, she washed her hair. She started brushing her completely wet hair, and not just brushing it, she started pulling it and pulling it. I'm like, why are you doing that? And then her excuse, while her hair is not growing, she's like, oh, I don't have a good hair, I have a very thin hair. Well, that might be the reason why you have a thin hair, because you're pulling so much of your hair. Like, be gentle while you're brushing your hair. What I would like to do, I would brush this part, and then when it's like kind of stops, when it's like more tangled up here, I would just take it like this and I would brush it again. So also important, you should use a gentle brush. Like I like this one from Tangle Teaser, but it might not be the one for you. There are so many good brushes on the market. There's so many good and gentle brushes on the market. So just find the one you like and stick with it. So rule number 8 is hairstyling. So as I mentioned before, I use a lot of heat on my hair. I have naturally very, very curly hair, but for some reason, I don't like to wear it like that. I like to wear it either straight or like this, which this hairstyle still requires me to straighten my hair first, then curl it a bit to have that like wavy hair. So there's nothing wrong with using heat on your hair. However, try to be gentle as you can. For example, when I wear my hair straight, I avoid hair straighteners. I learn how to blow dry my hair very well to get that like salon blowout, which is still gonna give you a straight hair without too much damage. There's still gonna be damage, but not as much as hair straightener. And then again, if you really want those poker straight ends, I would just use, when I want that effect, I would just use the hair straightener just on my ends, and it's gonna give me kind of the same effect without as much damage as you're gonna achieve when you're doing your whole hair with the hair straightener. And also, if you like styling your hair as much as I do, just still make sure to give a rest to your hair for like a few days. I style my hair majority of the month, let's say, but then that one wash, I just won't use heat on my hair. It's unnecessary. If I know in the next few days I'm just gonna be going to work or I'm not gonna be doing anything like fun, I'm just gonna let my hair air dry and then like repair a little bit. Then I'm gonna continue from next week on again styling my hair. Rule number 9 is the hardest one for me. Like, this is like traumatizing for me, is hair cutting. I don't like it. I never feel comfortable when I'm in salons. Like when they're about to cut my hair, I always think it's gonna be too short, which happened like several times. However, it's so important and I see it benefiting my hair so much. Like whenever I would cut my hair more often, my hair would grow more. Not growing more in a way, it's still gonna grow the same from here. However, the ends are gonna be very healthy, so they're not gonna be breaking on their own, so they're gonna be growing longer and fuller, and the hair is gonna look much nicer. So this is what I suggest to everybody. Just cut your hair not too often, not in a way your hair grows this much and then you cut that much, because in that way you're never gonna grow your hair. But if your hair grows this much, try to cut half of it. Yeah, it's gonna take longer for you to achieve the certain length, but trust me, once you achieve it, you're gonna have a good hair. You're not gonna have what I used to have before, by the way. Like, you would have one of these things like being super long and then the rest of your hair is just broken and like different lengths. It just doesn't look good. You want a long, but you also want a healthy long hair. Rule number 10, hair extensions. Avoid them. If you really feel insecure in some type of way and you feel like you need hair extensions in your hair, try to use hair clips, as they're going to be much more gentle to your hair. You don't have to wear them around house or anywhere. Just clip it on when you feel like you need to. The permanent, like the kind of permanent one or whatever, just avoid them. They're really not good for your hair. But honestly, if you can, I would avoid both types. Because what's gonna happen? You're gonna wanna blend that hair, your hair extension, into your real hair. So nobody wants to see that line when it's like, oh, this is my real hair and then this is the extension. You kind of wanna have it like all blended. And what's that gonna do? You're gonna be using much more heat on your natural hair in order to blend it very well. So it's just gonna cause more damage to your hair. And then if you're one of those people that are like, oh, I'm just gonna wear hair extensions for like 1 year, in that time my hair will grow and then I'm just gonna remove extension. It's not really gonna work that way. Your hair will get more damaged, and then after 1 year you're just gonna realize, oh, you're gonna need the hair extensions once again. So just avoid it. Rule number 11 is that when dyeing your hair, again, try to be as gentle as possible. Now, this is not me saying, oh, try to use, I don't know, this hair color or this hair color. Like, to be honest, I use box dye and I've been using box dye for the longest time. Like, I like the color that I achieve. Even when, like, I tried a few times in to go to a hair salon to do that. However, the color was never as I wanted it. Like, this color, this is all I wanted. So I always do it myself. That doesn't mean you should do it yourself. Absolutely, you can go to salons. However, try not to color your whole hair every single time you dye your hair. For me, I don't like to have roots, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do my whole hair. I'm just gonna dye my roots like every 3 weeks, for example, or every 2 weeks, depending how annoyed I am with it. And that's it. I never dye the rest of my hair again, like over and over. I would just dye the upper part. If you feel like your hair color doesn't look that good anymore, then go ahead and dye your whole hair, but just try not to make it too often. Like, do it once in a few months. You don't need to do it every time you dye your hair. Especially if you're using a good hair color, it should last on your hair. Like, you should have that full color effect for quite a while. So it's not necessary to over dye it all the time. Now, the rule number 12 are all of these like styling techniques, like post like heat styling that I would avoid. One of them is hairspray. I used to use hairspray and it make like I would just use it in the front part and it make the front part of my hair break so much. I would have all of these baby hairs around here, but not the baby hairs, the ones that are just growing and being fresh, like very damaged baby hairs, the hair that used to be long and now it's like shortened because of how damaged it was. So now I know I can achieve that like voluminous look if I just use, if I just use like a good brush and good styling technique. Afterwards I would put like a dry shampoo. Even if my hair is completely freshly washed, I would still use a little bit of dry shampoo just to achieve that volume when I need it, or like a volume powder or something like that. It's gonna be much more gentle for your hair than a hairspray. Other two things are bun and a ponytail. So with two of those, I prefer the ponytail. However, I don't like either or. So when I'm still wearing a ponytail. Like if my hair is dirty, I'm gonna put it in a ponytail. If I'm working out, I'm not gonna be working out with all of this hair around. I'm just gonna put it in the ponytail. However, I try to use the gentle hair ties. They're not too like, how do I say that, too tight for your hair, if you know what I mean. And I try to like alternate. I don't wear my ponytails just high up. Like, yeah, we all have our favorites. I prefer my ponytail when it's low, but I would try to like sometimes wear it high up, sometimes in the middle, sometimes like a low ponytail in order to prevent having that hair breakage and like just one part of my hair. If you're having too much pressure like here all the time, that part of your hair is gonna be the worst. So nobody wants that. The second thing is buns. If you want to wear a bun, just make like a gentle bun with like some hair clip or something. Don't do those messy buns. They're so bad for you. It's gonna be, your hair is gonna be breaking and it's gonna be a never ending process. They're so, like when your hair is all like this, it's just not good for your hair, especially if your hair is dry, if it's like damaged, if it's colored and everything. I know it's like a cute look, but just try to avoid it. And another thing, never ever wear all of those things around the house. I know it's the most convenient one. Most of the people will have their hair in a bun when they're around the house. But this is the time where you don't need to look cute or anything. Just let your hair down, even though it's annoying. I know it's annoying. Just try to get like used to it, and then you can, like, if you want bun when you go out, you can do that because the whole day your hair was down, so it wasn't breaking at all. But if you're wearing a bun 24/7, it's really, really gonna be bad for your hair. And my last rule, rule number 13, is just be mindful who are you taking advices from. Like, I know now I'm a random person on YouTube telling you all of these advices, and then just like you shouldn't be listening to me. I don't mean that. I mean, in a way, there's a lot of paid sponsorships nowadays, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram. You're gonna have all of these people promoting something and they're saying that the products are very good, but most of the time they're just saying it because they're paid to say so. Like, you would have the people with hair extensions giving you advice and telling you, oh, these vitamins help me so much to grow my hair, and they're wearing hair extensions. Or they have a very short and damaged hair and they're gonna be saying, oh, this helps so much, this worked wonder for my hair. And yet you don't see the results. A lot of those products are very good, but there's a lot of the products that are just, people are saying they're good because they're paid to say so. So this is where I'm gonna end this video. I still have a few tips and tricks and products that I would like to recommend. However, I'm gonna leave that for another video. And if you wanna see those, please make sure you subscribe. I don't have a big Instagram account. However, you can go and check it out. I'll leave it down below. It's just at Milica Tomovic. And if you made it till the end, thank you so much for watching. If you're one of my friends supporting, or if you're somebody that I don't know and you just came across this video, I hope it was helpful, and I'll hope to see you next time. Bye!